How to train your mind to speak in English, because I think then it will become easy for students to speak in English. How to train yourself?
Just that for that you have to read good books. That is the only thing that would build up your vocabulary. It would give you a basic, texture of the language. You'll understand what words to use where to communicate yourself. This only disadvantage most of us, especially Hindi-speaking population, has is because we are all speaking in Hindi all the time. So naturally, we are thinking also in Hindi.
Yes.
Unless you begin to think in English, you won't be able to speak very well.
Yes.
Has it? So the thing is that even if you do it for half an hour to 1 hour, if you want to have a command over language, you have to speak it. For speaking, you have to think in it.
Hello all, welcome to our podcast, a podcast where we try to dive into the extraordinary minds of people who have either broken barriers, shaped industries, or those who can inspire billions. Today we have somebody with us who has 25 years of experience of working with Air India Radio as a broadcaster. She has also been a news anchor for bilingual magazine called Parikrama. Along with that, she has teaching experience of English subject with Rukmani Devi Public School, and still she provides coaching classes for English subject. Today, we have invited ma'am to discuss on the topic why Indian students can't speak English. For many, English is just a language that is taught in school or spoken in offices. However, for many, it's a hurdle. It's a root cause that why are they being not selected in their dream job. They are not able to crack interview, maybe just because their English is not good enough. They're not able to openly communicate to their boss and colleagues because their English is not good enough. They avoid parties because of this. So today, and this situation prevails even though they have completed their 12 years of schooling while studying English subject, all subjects in English language, then their bachelor's, and some even did their master's. But still, this problem prevails. So today in this podcast, we'll be talking about the root cause of this problem, that why Indian students can't speak English. So this podcast will be both insightful and informative for all of those who are still struggling for it. All the students who want to regain their confidence, to gain their confidence in English speaking. So please stay tuned and listen till last for all the tips that are required to be great at spoken English. Hello ma'am, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, I'm Anita Anand. I've been a teacher in English for the last 2 decades, a broadcaster. I've introduced and interviewed people from various fields, including acting, theatre, journalism, across actually, even authors. So that's my passion, to teach English and to coach students, especially in spoken English.
Wow, ma'am, that's a great introduction. Ma'am, we have seen that Indian students have been struggling in speaking English. They know how to write essays because that's what they have learned in schools. But in spite of 12 years of schooling and then bachelor's and master's from DU universities, they're not able to speak good enough English to pass their interviews or to not feel embarrassed in social settings. वो कहीं ना कहीं एक barrier है that they still have to break, जहाँ पे बहुत तो अच्छे से बात कर पाएं या अपनी जो what they have in their head, they are able to represent it very openly and freely in front of others. ऐसा क्यों है मैम?
So Ramlik, I would say that language is all about speaking. And our education system is basically focused towards getting marks.
Yes.
So there are 90% of students who are very good at scoring well in English.
Yes.
But when you make them teachers, when you ask them to speak, they suddenly begin to fumble. Because my own thinking is, we are all thinking in Hindi.
Yes.
And then you're trying to speak in English. So what happens is that the language gets lost in translation.
Okay.
If I'm thinking Hindi, I look for a word in English for communication. And I may not get, if I don't have a good vocabulary, I may not get the right word. So I'll not be a very good communicator. At the end of the day, maybe I'll convey what I'm trying to say, but then you may not get what I'm trying to say. The exact texture of my thought.
Okay.
You'll get an idea. Like, let's say we go to South India. Most of them have two languages, their own local language, and then they have English.
Okay.
But their English is just very functional.
Okay.
In North India, we still have a thrust towards speaking grammatically correct English. In South, it's so much of a communication channel that they are very comfortable speaking in English. But I hope people won't mind my saying that. But they may be grammatically very flawed.
Okay.
So, to be able to speak good English, you should have a good command of grammar first.
Okay.
Because that is the basic texture required
Okay.
against which you'll speak a language. That is true of Hindi also. If you were to speak about something that has gone in past tense and you say ki aisa ho raha hai, so it'll imply ki this is present tense. The tense mixed up is there, na? So I have to have the right tense in my mind to be able to tell you that something, whether it happened in the past or happening now or will happen.
Yes.
Very important, no?
Yes.
But most times we mix this tense thing, especially when speaking English. For example, most people keep saying, didn't you? That's a double kind of, past, which is absolutely wrong in the grammatical point of view. But most of the adults, since they were not corrected and since most of them do not have, the command of grammar,
Yes.
so they keep saying didn't you all the time. So when we use the verb as didn't, with that, we always use the present tense of the verb. In other words, didn't do, didn't know, didn't perform, but people say, especially I use the word knew because this is the most flawed usage of didn't.
Okay.
People, when they use the word, I didn't knew that, ma'am. So you have to remember that the moment you use the word didn't, did not, when the full form is did not, then the following verb is going to be always in present tense. Everyone has to remember that. And you'll correct it only when you correct it in your mind.
Yes.
The usage will become better when you correct it in your mind.
Yes.
So like I said, basically you have to, speak that language first in your mind and then verbally. This only disadvantage most of us, especially Hindi-speaking population has is because we are all speaking in Hindi all the time. So naturally we are thinking also in Hindi.
Yes.
Unless you begin to think in English, you won't be able to speak very well.
Yes.
Hana? So the thing is that even if you do it for half an hour to 1 hour, if you want to have a command over language, you have to speak it. For speaking, you have to think in it.
Yes.
Most, quoted example is of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. When he wrote, my Discovery of India, that was the time he was in jail, Delhi. I hope I'm factually correct. He used to dream and while mumbling, he used to mumble in English. His thinking was so much ingrained into that language, which was English, that he would even mumble in English.
Yes.
So hence he could write so well in that language, no? That fluidity of expression was there.
Yes. And we took a really classic example of Jawaharlal Nehru. He used to mumble in English. So many students are hearing this podcast. So how to train your mind to speak in English? Because I think then it will become easy for students to speak in English. How to train yourself?
I would suggest that for that you have to read good books.
Yes.
That is the only thing that would build up your vocabulary. It would give you a basic, texture of the language. You'll understand what words to use where to communicate yourself. Otherwise, most of the times we are trying to, like I said earlier also, we are trying to say something, but maybe the person who is listening to you will be receiving something else. That is because probably we are not understanding the language way, how it's being communicated.
Yes.
You have a different concept of what I'm saying, and I'm trying to say something to you. So language is basically about communication. At the end of the day, we are communicating, right? And we want to be understood.
Yes.
If I'm saying something and I'm not understood, then it's a very frustrating process.
Yes.
So important thing is two important factors. Your grammar should be good and then your vocabulary should be good. Both of these things need training. You need to learn your grammar very well, and there are good grammar books that you can pick up, and I think basic grammar is even taught in schools, right? At least the fundamentals of grammar are actually taught in school. If you do your homework well, you'll understand it. And then, yes, this bit is a self-driven exercise, which is reading books apart from your curriculum, because that takes care of only the basics, no? How you understand, how you answer the questions, what have you understood from your text. That's very basic.
Okay.
When you read certain novels, you are forced into thinking and processing what was happening to the characters, what is the storyline like, which is easier to do when you're watching a movie, because you are seeing an audio visual.
Yes.
So reading books has an added advantage of giving flight to your imagination also. You visualize what you're seeing. The story could be how the main character would look like, or how he would or she would behave, for that matter. So book reading is very important to polish that skill of polishing your vocabulary.
Okay.
So two things I would suggest, and of course the third thing be speak the language. Unless you speak, you can't get it right.
Yes,
As we
yes,
say,
yes.
language is about practical usage of that skill.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if you look at marketing on social media platforms, wherein these English courses are sold to students, that we can make you learn English in like 15 days, 7 days, 1 month, 2 months. So, what is your idea about all of these courses?
Most of them, I think, are scams, for the simple reason you can't teach English in 15 days. You can't teach any language in 15 days. You can't teach any subject in 15 days. Unless you've done your basic understanding of a subject, you are not prepared for your exams, are you? But there are students who claim that we read a bit of a key, as we call it in college days especially, and हमने तो exam दे दिया और clear भी हो गया. So if it is just about threshold getting the basic passing marks, yes, maybe they'll give you basics of how to, gabble, gabble, say something in English. But if you're talking about good spoken English, where somebody understands you well, where you can express yourself well, then you need a bare minimum of 6-month course, at least.
Okay.
At least.
Okay.
And then, of course, the language is an ongoing process.
Okay.
You grow with it.
Okay, ma'am, like you said, you can learn English in 6 months.
Yes.
So somebody who wants to learn English without these courses, according to you, what are the activities that they can inculcate in their daily habits for learning English?
We are assuming your grammar is okay.
Okay.
We are assuming your vocabulary is also fine,
Okay.
at least above average.
Okay.
Then the only thing I would suggest is that is left is now you have to speak. Try and speak to anyone, any member of your house or your friend circle or somebody. You can take it up as an activity, like we used to do it in school.
Okay.
That, we started doing this with our friend circle, that we'll talk to each other only in English. It may be flawed, all wrong, all messed up, but we are going to speak in English, in at least the English period.
Okay.
In that class, we are going to speak, let's say, 40 minutes.
Yes.
So it is going to polish your skills over time.
Okay.
Gradually, it has to become better.
Okay.
Yeah, there are no two ways about it. So speak.
Okay.
Best thing is to speak a language.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, like we said that you yourself mentioned that speak English at your home and in school. So, I think in this answer, the role of parents and teachers have come, right? I think it is also the need of the parents to tell their students and their children that speak to me in English. And I think that is missing. The environment for speaking English is missing in our households today. We are just adhering to our native language, that is Hindi. Because for example, I have grown up in a Punjabi family, and all that I have seen in my life is that we all are communicating in Hindi and English, and that's why maybe I have learned English through my experience while I was working in corporate and not in home. So don't you think that the learning process starts at home?
Absolutely. And learning always has to start at home, because That's how we grow up into a language. If your
Yes.
mother is speaking Punjabi, you'll speak Punjabi.
Yes.
She's speaking Hindi,
Yes.
you'll speak Hindi very naturally.
Yes.
So,
हम छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल ही ले लेते हैं जहाँ पे इन्फेंट्स होते हैं हमारे घर पे, वो हमें देखते हैं their first word is ma and not mom,
yeah.
right? And whereas if we look at the western society जहाँ पे हम abroad देखते हैं, उनके जो बच्चे होते हैं वो है ना, जब बोलना शुरू करते हैं their first word in English because they've heard English while being an infant, while they were not being able to speak even.
Yeah, the first words that the child will hear will become its primary language.
Yes.
If it's Hindi, it's Hindi. If it's some other regional language, that's what it becomes. In certain households where they insist on public education and they insist on, sending their children to, let's say, sometimes even hostels, they insist on speaking English at home. And those kids are speaking English in a different way.
Yes.
Because they've heard it from their childhood.
Yes.
The mother is saying, no, don't do this.
Yes.
ऐसे नहीं करना, नहीं बोलेगा.
हाँ, ऐसे नहीं करना.
So their accent will be different, their expression will be different, their vocabulary will be different. They are operating at a different level, 3 different levels with the same language. So of course it goes without saying that the parents have to speak in English, but it is a different deal altogether. It is a difficult, expectations of parents.
Yes.
How can you expect a parent who did not go to an English speaking school to speak in English?
Yes.
So you're expecting
सबसे बड़ा हर्डल तो यही हुआ.
है ही है, वो तो है ही है, goes without saying. And then, although in schools most of the subjects are taught in English,
Yes.
teachers do not speak much in English.
Yes.
I talk about science subjects, I'm talking about social sciences. The teachers are always not very well versed. I remember our one of the teachers in, I think, history or geography
Okay.
could not express very well in English, so she would switch to Hindi. But the subject is in English. You need to understand the concept
Exactly.
in English.
Yes. Maybe she is able to understand the concept but not able to communicate them. Yes.
Express it,
Yes.
yeah.
So
So
these are
the
two
gap,
different
so the
things.
gap remains.
Yes.
So that's how it is.
Yes.
So unless
So what
the
needs
teacher-
to change our institution, education institutions?
You need to train, subject teachers also in the language well. They should have a good command of grammar. They should have a communication or an expression which is, a clear conceptually to students
Yes.
in science, in social studies, in history.
Yes.
Those people think that as long as I know the subject, communication is not very important, whereas it is very important.
Yes.
That is why when I coach students, I tell them that it may look that I'm teaching you English, but you'll become good in science, you'll become good in SST automatically. No?
Automatic, of course.
Because all subjects are in English, even math for that. That they're in English.
Yes, you'll be able to understand the question better. Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Perfect.
And answer better.
Of course, of course. So, ma'am, there are 2 types of accents that we see in India, British accent and American accent. So, according to you, what should be learned by these students who want to learn English, spoken English? So, what should be the preferable language for them?
I would call it the requirement of your job or your, profession.
Okay.
There is no better, there is no worse. I mean, like I said, I prefer British English because that's how I was taught in school.
Okay.
And I find it, in terms of clarity, much better.
Okay.
Americans tend to roll their R's a lot.
Okay.
They tend to roll their sounds hugely.
Okay.
For Indians, it's difficult to understand. But once you get the hang of it, you can sail through very well. I think call centers require American English. They train you in that.
Okay.
There are voice and accent trainers who train you in speaking to English because you're catering to American clients.
Yes.
And they will not like a person speaking in British English. They would like an American, a customer service support person who is speaking their language. So that's how it depends on your requirement. If you're going to America, you should.
What is a global language?
Global trends, I would say, are generally now American English children
American
only.
English,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have an advantage now.
Okay. So somebody who wants to maybe move abroad and look for job opportunities.
If they want to move to America, yes, they should understand and speak American English better.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, if we look at global trends, so why I'm still stuck at that question that why English so preferable in India? Why, how did this language attain this position that whenever somebody walks in a door to in a room and she's speaking English, she's considered to be more educated than somebody who is speaking in Hindi? How?
That's a very interesting question, a brilliant one actually. And I keep telling everyone all the time about this that we were ruled by the British for nearly 200 years. So our default second language became English, right? But unfortunately, most of us still haven't learned the language very well, systematically. Still, we tie up a person's overall finish and presentation
On the basis of
on the basis of how
we have made this as a criteria of judging somebody.
inevitably we judge.
Yes, yes.
If I can speak in English, you'll say, oh, she's from a good background,
yes.
or she's, well educated.
Yes,
We
yes.
call it that.
Yes.
The other person may be all a doctorate in Hindi, or philosophy, MPhil, whatever. And if she can't speak a word in English, you'd say, ठीक है, but शायद अच्छे स्कूल या कॉलेज नहीं गए.
Oh.
है ना? Unfortunate ना? Because one, we don't have much of self-respect for Hindi. Despite being from India, we do not respect our basic language as much. And two, English has a global advantage. English,
And we
according to
quantify
some
that.
thoughts, has a wider scope in terms of scientific thought. In terms of scientific, English-speaking population is supposed to be more liberal. They are not very conventional as a, ये चीज़ ऐसे ही होनी चाहिए. No, they'll be open to change.
Okay.
Whereas the Hindi-speaking crowd will be like, Hamari language, they'll be more puritanical, I'll call it.
Okay.
Like already British English has a variant in the form of American English. But Hindi will be, if it's spoken in a certain way, it has to be spoken in a certain way. And if you don't do it well, they'll be like, you're not good enough.
Yes.
So that kind of thing is there. So we carry that baggage. And I think we navigate through it quite well also. So that's fine. We have an advantage. Like I said, because of the 200 years of rule, we've learned that language well.
Yes.
And globally, we are very saleable. And I think we're doing very well. Better than most of the other Asian countries, I think. My perception, honestly. Yeah.
So, ma'am, when many students are hearing this podcast, and many millions of students must be making it a very big deal that they are not able to speak in English fluently. They may be feeling embarrassed in social settings. They may be not able to make friends because of this factor. Maybe not able to find a job because of English. So, any message for all of them that how they can break this hurdle, how they can achieve that target of learning spoken English. Also, in that process, they don't have to lose their confidence, because that's what matters. They need to be very confident in the fact that they have educational qualifications. So they need to express themselves, even if it's in Hindi, because I think that is very much needed. If you are confident in your qualifications, at least speak up. Only then you'll be able to attain that level of speaking English. Ma'am, any message?
Yeah, since I've been into this business of language for more than 3 decades, my final message would be to anyone and everyone who's listening in, that one, you should have self-respect for whatever language you're dealing in, be it Hindi, English, Kannada, Bengali, whatever language you are good at,
Yes.
and which is your primary language, have that sense of self-respect first. First thing. Two, if you are keen on learning English only as a language and you tie it up with your social presentability factor, then get cracking. Go learn it then, man. Look for a good place to, pick it up from. Work on yourself. And then build on it steadily, even if it is slow.
Yes.
My final message is always that even if you're slow in doing something, as long as you're steady,
Yes.
you'll win the race,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So go for it, and don't tie it up with your sense of, I'm good only if I can speak English.
Yeah.
But if it's important for cracking certain competitive exams and all that, then be serious and be focused about picking up the language skills, both spoken and written.
Yes.
Most of us are good at written skills, we are not very good at speaking the language. So pick it up in by speaking, make mistakes, but keep learning and keep growing.
Yes, thank
And
you.
all the best for everyone.
Yes, thank you so much. I think the podcast was very informative for all the students because we've always believed in the fact that watching movies can help us, watching English movies can help us improve our spoken English. All these courses that we see on social media selling English in few days, all of them are scam. You cannot learn English through these courses. You need at least 6 months to gain confidence, a minimum confidence on speaking English. Tips that can make you learn how to speak English well is at least start with speaking English with your friends, family, relatives, and teachers. Also, it should be the responsibility of the teachers to make it a habit that they tell their students that when are you speaking to me, you have to speak in English. I know, like we discussed, parents cannot always speak in English. Because we don't know how much educated they are, but they want their children to speak English. And for that, it is very important that they inculcate and they encourage their children to read novels and books apart from their curriculum. Don't just push them into reading the curriculum related books, but also other books as well. This will not only just widen their horizon of knowledge, but will definitely help them in speaking English language better. I hope this podcast was both informative, interesting, insightful for you. Please stay tuned for our next podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.